you want to know more about 21 Pilots, I can probably there that. I thought it was going to be more, but I can understand it. It was a good one, but interesting at the same time. I highly recommend Futurama. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Classynerdtalk. I'm actually doing a top 5 today. I'm Sir Berkulator. Thank you for watching our show. Also, too, is we're actually going to do this top 5 video of my favorite anime, not everyone else's on this channel. But what I'm going to say is my number 5 actually is going to be, everyone's going to hate me for this, but I'm going to say it is Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z, actually, if you haven't watched it and you've been living under a rock forever, because everyone talks about Dragon Ball Z. Everybody from the 90s are like, oh my gosh, it's such a good thing about Goku. And or you know, they have those death battles online where it's like Goku versus Superman, who would win? Come on, really, people? You know what Dragon Ball Z is. You can see one character and be like, yep, I know that character. But the thing is I'm going to say why I really like this anime. So, I was brought up on this anime with my brother. It was kind of a 90s thing. We get up every Saturday morning and we get to watch it. Sometimes we even recorded over things that we shouldn't record so we could watch that episode. You know, halfway through Hellraiser, the recordable that we did, you know, when the part where, like, you know, he opens the thing and she's walking through the tunnel, bam, it went to the episode where, like, the Ginyu Force is, like, landing on Namek and, you know, fighting Krillin and Gohan. Yeah, my parents weren't too happy about that. But we were, you know, so overall, I really like Dragon Ball Z. It's not my top favorite, but I've watched everything up to probably the Buu saga, and then probably a couple more movies after that. Not really into, like, you know, Dragon Ball Z GT kind of deal. But overall, I recommend that anime. So my number 4 pick is actually Rurouni Kenshin. Rurouni Kenshin is a really, you know, not my favorite one, but I watched it a couple times with my brother. My brother was a huge Rurouni Kenshin fan. Actually, is to this day. It's actually his email address. But also, too, is so, you know, you can steal the stuff that you want. I'll give you the password in the link below. But actually, what I wanted to know is there's actually, it follows this person called Kenshin. I think I remember he has a scar. And I remember this. I remember most of it from the fight. Is he pull his samurai sword, like his katana, like, whoosh. There was like this intense fighting, and it was all blood and stuff. It was actually really cool. But overall, I would actually probably say that's my 4th best anime. I don't really remember too much of it because it's been like 10 years since I've watched it, but I knew I liked it. So, yeah. So my number 3 pick is something that I've watched a lot of, but there's more episodes in Japanese, and I don't care because it just became filler after that. It's kind of like Naruto, where you're like, oh, well, this is cool. But then they're like, on the next episode of Naruto, they're going to sit for like 6 hours. And you're like, oh, okay, whatever. I just want to get to the part where they start fighting, or they learn some new cool death hand moves. But, you know, overall, this one is called Case Closed. Case Closed is actually a story about a little boy, actually a grown man that gets, like, drugged, and he becomes a little boy, and he starts solving these crimes. It's actually really interesting, kind of really childish, but it was actually where I found this was, actually me and my brother used to watch Toonami, like really late at night, and that was one of the episodes, one of the shows that came on. We're like, wow, this is great. Great storytelling. There was, you know, a lot of crime-driven, like, you know, intelligence in that show. So, if you're looking for a new anime, I would recommend Case Closed. Only the American version that was on Toonami. Really loved it. So my second pick for my favorite anime of all time would have to probably be Trigun. Trigun is a show about a man that's in a red coat, and he's being kind of committed to these crimes that he never did. I'm not going to go into detail and spoil everything, what's going on. But it's actually a pretty funny, elusive show. And he's got like a 6-shooter, and it's out in the West, and he's got like this blonde hair, and it's like up to here, and he's got these glasses and this red trench coat, and he's like, and he loves to eat. Loves to eat. And I remember the 2 insurance salesman girls that follow him around. It's pretty ridiculous, quirky, like, humor. But it's Japanese quirky humor, so it's like, and you're like, what? What are they saying? But, you know, most of the season was on Netflix. Now they took it off. They also have, I think, a movie. It's called Enter the Badlands, I think that, or something like that. Kind of like a knockoff of AMC's. But actually, AMC knocked them off because it was before that. But, yeah, past that. But overall, if you're looking for a good anime and it's kind of like action-y, funny, I would recommend Trigun. So my number 1 anime of all time that I love is Lupin the Third. Actually, I remember the theme song very well. So actually, I caught this on Toonami, and it always played at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I was like, but I fell in love with it just because the cartoon animation is kind of like the same animation that G.I. Joe is, kind of a way. Don't judge me on that. I really believe it was, but I was a little kid at that time. But also, too, is it's actually about a 3-man team, Lupin and 2 others, and I know there was a chick involved because she was hot in that, and they were always showing her, her little butt all the time in her underwear. And it was kind of like an episode of Benny Hill. If you don't know who Benny Hill is, he's kind of like a comedian from, you should just look him up, Benny Hill on YouTube. You'll just laugh. But the thing is it's kind of quirky humor, but they set up heists to like steal all this valuable stuff, and it had like this fun, like, the environment was always fun and happy and going. So overall, I really like Lupin the Third. So, did you like my top 5 anime? That's my opinion, but what's yours, Put it at the comment section. What's your favorite top anime? Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And also, too, if you want to know more about my channel, there's more videos on my channel. So it's all from Walking Dead all the way to Star Trek to whatever you feel like, to films, reviews, anything like that. And also, too, is we are looking for content people. So if you are looking to be on the show, just get a hold of me on the Facebook page, Classy Nerd Talk. And there's another one called Classy Nerd Talk, which is actually a group page. So, I just want to leave you with this. Just remember, if you're not nerdy enough, you're not classy enough to watch this channel.